Hi, hello, and welcome to the Consularship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for a channeled reading. This is a completely channeled reading. I have no idea what we're talking about. We have the Four of Swords. So the basis of this reading is going to be around the Four of Swords, Judgment, Six of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Again, I repeat, the basis of this reading, overall energy, is going to be the Four of Swords, Judgment, Six of Swords, Page of Wands. Let us begin. This is a general reading. Take it as it resonates. Again, welcome to the Consularship report. I was sent to deliberate a channeled reading. Okay, so there's some type of clearance granted here, Six of Swords. Passage, envoy, commission, something of that line. And if there is a something, we are receiving an anointing for a specific purpose, mainly the ancestors, the ascended masters, or guides, the benevolent, exalted, pure, bright, blissful, spiritual beings. There's been some type of quarantine or need for a respite because we're deliberating here. So we might be at court, probably spiritual court here with the Judgment and the Four of Swords. It's around either a ranking or a teaching because we have some type of role. So mainly we came here to be we came here to be a ruler, perhaps the spiritual ruler through a spiritual rank. So maybe the chief of a priestess hood, a sisterhood, maybe the chief of a priesthood, a Brahmanical practice, whether we're a Tantrika or a Brahman. Tantrika would be sisterhood, priestesshood. Brahma would be a Brahmanical practice, a brotherhood, a priesthood. So that's the truth, by the way. And we're actually beginning a journey where we're discovering more and more and more and more and more truths about ourselves. We have Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, that's needing entitlements. And what it is we have the power to judge or to call upon judgment. It's usually true whenever you see the Justice card with the Hermit or the Judgment card in and of itself around a queen. So we have the Queen of Wands, Judgment. So funnily enough, the Queen of Wands is the Judgment card combined with the High Priestess card. That's the energy of the Queen of Wands. So alas, there we go. And then we have here the fact that we're some type of ministering angel. We have a specific role, a spot we post up in here in the physical where we render some type of administration. We probably are a celestial court magistrate. Seven of Swords, that was not yet known. Hierophant, Six of Wands, Five of Pentacles. So right now it would appear that we need to make some changes in order to get to this spot. We need to bring some order over chaos with the Five of Pentacles and the Hierophant. And then with the Seven of Swords and the Hierophant, it's saying that in a week or so, we're going to receive some type of glory, that this anointing will make sense. There's some type of truth here. We might also need to call things out. Do you want to be a baller? Shot caller? I mean, so yeah. Something's been hidden or something is sitting in our spot and we were stripped of something because it moved into our spot when we should have stepped up, stepped into. Page of Cups, King of Swords. We should have stepped into some kind of responsibility that we probably didn't know about. We might have been withheld from it intentionally. I don't know yet. Page of Cups, as I said, King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Fool. Yeah, but Going back to the overall energy, the Four of Swords, Judgment, Six of Swords, Page of Wands, it's saying that we were quarantined somewhere, pinned down, to be honest. Some messages were stolen from us. We were supposed to be informed of the exact nature of our spiritual rank. We're going to come into this, but through the school of hard knocks. We have some type of supreme authority on a spiritual rank level, and it hasn't gone anywhere. It's actually, oh, okay. It's actually super strong, and we're about to have some kind of victory, but we need to prepare. And need to is a strong word, but I would thoroughly advise as your priestess that we prepare here. If you could heed my warning, I'd greatly appreciate it. I would strongly advise you, my darling, that we prepare, because there's going to be some kind of new break out, break free, full energy, break out, break free. It can be taking a risk, but the thing, the symbology of the full card is about stepping off a cliff. It's really about coming out of the seventh dimensional consciousness, which is a uniform, a unified ground, into the third dimensional consciousness. So it literally means that we are an eternal spirit that is stuck here in some type of corporeal form. And there's aspects and attributes and characteristics of that eternal being, of that eternal nature, that are going to begin or have been for some time bearing upon the present. And I just keep hearing there's some lyrics, but I don't care. Basically, she's not me. It's like you left me for somebody new, you went somewhere else, you la-di-da, you yada-yada, but what you're gonna really find out is that you're gonna move on from her and try to go duplicate and replicate whatever you experienced with me, because she's not me. And you can't get back to me. So something happened. We were done dirty in a way, left out in the cold, essentially. They tried to strip us of our regency, our sovereignty, Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles. There's something where we were left out in the cold because there was a desire to take from us. And that's honestly their plans in the future, to maintain, retain this spiritual authority, Hierophant. They're standing in it too. They're kind of dogged about it. And it's been going on for the last couple of weeks where they've been ramping up. So we'll see over the new moon, there'll be some type of illumination, enlightenment about how we've come out of that cycle, which could have been the evil eye, it could have been some kind of entitlement. In reality, we are entitled, but they felt entitled because they did have a superiority or a leg up in terms of technical skill. And I don't know who this they is. Unfortunately, I'm not able at this time to describe this other being, entity, energy, ideology in the form probably of a human being. We have an enemy here. Seven of Swords is a hidden enemy. And I don't have enough clarity. Now, I can rattle and prattle off some things, but I'm not sensing anything significant outside of maybe a Taurus rising. They could have Venus in the sign of Scorpio or the eighth house. There also could be somebody with Mercury in Taurus, but that would be again in the first house or in the second house. We could be dealing with some type of Virgo rising or Venus in the sign of Pisces or the 12th house. Yeah, but she's not me. Yeah, so there's something here that we were born with. We possess sovereignty. We're reincarnated. If we're not reincarnated royalty, then we are some kind of name that's well known to humanity, that when we divide from the flesh, when we leave this physical realm, we return, we resume this mantle that's known by another name. It's well known throughout time, throughout the ages, across the globe, across the surface of the planet. A door, a window is about to open up. It's actually bearing upon us now. It's just yet to manifest fully because there's this breaking up, breaking free. We need to retain our desire to be bigger, brighter, and better. And that's what I was talking about in terms of preparation. So some of the energy we do have is like Cancer rising. I might have misspoke, my dear. For certain, we have a Venus in Cancer or in the fourth house, but no, that's kind of exactly it. um, there needs to be getting to higher ground, and we need to choose this spiritual duty or pilgrimage or moving to higher ground. So there needs to be a choice, number one, that's certain. But centering around this choice is a couple few different options. We could choose to mature. We could choose to go to higher ground, basically like kind of similar to a pilgrimage, get to a higher frequency energy vibration or higher consciousness or higher perspective. We could choose to withdraw from our current environment surrounding location. We can withdraw from there. So it's a choice, as you see, universal, but we're basically getting to higher ground, but it's going to embody itself in different ways. So basically, it's the same energy, but it's going to manifest differently depending on who is receiving this energy. Because we are feeling withdrawn. Page of Cups with the Eight of Cups. We're also feeling triumphant or glorious. Page of Wands with the Six of Wands. We're feeling strong and entitled. Page of Wands with the Nine of Wands. And we're wanting stasis, quarantine, or respite with the King of Swords and the Four of Swords. We're also wanting clearance and passage with the King of Swords, Six of Swords. But we also need to move strategically. We also should want strategy, cunning, or tactics. King of Swords, Seven of Swords. Now, this Seven of Swords, if it's another person, they are being sneaky. They're moving sneaky in some kind of way. If it's us, technically, we are moving in secret so that we can move on, move forward, break out, break free. Full card, break out, break free, and the Seven of Swords, break out, break free. Now, there also has been a trespass against us with the full card here and the Seven of Swords. That means that if judgment were to happen right now, which we are under judgment, favorable in our position, although we've been losing out for a while, that will be remedied, rectified, I feel, I sense. Yeah, because somebody has trespassed against the Seven of Swords. With the judgment or the full card, it's a confirmation. Also, they've been found guilty, Nine of Swords here, and we have an alert, an alarm. We have an alert here, Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords. So the alert is to defend our position, Seven of Swords. Some type of high ground that we've attained is slipping. What the high ground that we've attained is Six of Wands. We received glory, victory, truth, and we're about to come into some kind of turning of the wheel, closing of the door, ending a cycle, and opening up of the gate of opportunity. That's why I'm strongly advising that we prepare. Because there was a delayed message that has turned into a late arrival. Something was successfully held up, caught up, held back, suppressed, pinned down, mired in some type of system. So there was a miscarriage of details, declarations, disclosures, and documentation in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. And I'm using material, physical realm of words, but this is a spiritual process. And I don't see the hand of God moving through in terms of doing this. Now it is, but it's according to the best possible outcome. It wasn't divine intervention. So slowly but surely, something's coming forward, which is the knowledge and awareness that we have some type of vantage point, and we are also divinely protected because of the choice and the favor on our life. However, there was an intention to leave us left out in the cold, to strip us of our godhood. Really, that would be demigoddess if we're in the physical. But we do have some type of galactic, celestial, sovereign sovereignty here, where we're a shot caller. We're a judge, a celestial judge here. Basically, on Earth, it would be a magistrate, some kind of Melchizedek. We're some type of spiritual judge. And something was withheld from us. There was manipulation, Seven of Swords. That's a warning of manipulation. The seven, a double seven. We're being warned about maintaining our high ground, and we're also being warned about a manipulation. We're probably being warned to maintain our high ground because there's been a manipulation. And the way that this reads is whatever party, they're still a hidden enemy, whatever party that this is, they're guilty of a trespass against us. They have been found guilty, Nine of Swords, of a trespass against the Seven of Swords. So the advice is to maintain our high status and high position. This high status is the Six of Wands. We have some type of spiritual crown. Ace of Swords, La Ruota, the Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune means that we have supreme spiritual authority and that we have received glory, Six of Wands, and anointing, Six of Swords. Okay. Now we also have a double nine here. A pair of nines means that we're called to spend some time alone. There's a need to take space. So we don't know who this person is, probably because they were about to be exposed. Now again, Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Again, my name is Serene Priestess Abossi. We are Oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for this channel reading. We will be imposing the guidance from This Might Hurt Tarot, and that's Isabella Rotman over at Lumino 11 Publishing, at least for this deck. We will be deliberating the findings for any pairing energy by Cosmic Coven Minor Arcana Tarot, and that's by Lillian Lazenby. For this deck, she's over at Ripe Avocado, and we'll also be deliberating the findings for any type of correlative or corresponding energy, and that's by the Daily Oracle from Vida Sabila, and they are at Los Carabello. Listen, if I see or detect any love, we will be deliberating those findings from the Pop of Love Oracle, and that's by Vibe About It Tarot. She's over on Etsy. Let us begin or continue. I just want to say thank you for your continued support. It's a delight and a privilege and an honor to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to do so. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and smash that like button. And if it deeply resonates with you, go ahead and comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Remember to take it as it resonates. This is a general reading. So I want to know what this Page of Cups is with the Chariot, because that's talking about the triumph of the most innocent being here. We have love in our heart, a smile on our face, a pep in our step, and dancing in our soul. We're the ones about to be blessed here with Gran Consolazione. It's just that there's some energy that's scheming. They haven't really gone into a nasty energy, but they're trying to affect our choices, and they're not coming at us from an oppositional standpoint yet. Unfortunately, they are moving against us, so they might not be trying to change our mind anymore. They might be trying to withhold something from us, is what I'm getting. Because the thing about it is that we've always been about to receive something. It's just that there was some energy here that really wanted to block the message for some time. They wanted to try to see if they could petition to the divine to get it themselves. That's what it is. Somebody's trying to steal our spot. Somebody's trying to steal our spot. But as you can see, the wheel is opened up. The window of opportunity is here. And what I'm getting is that this energy wants to be the one to inform, instruct, guide, mentor these moves that we're about to be making so they could be involved in our success, but they came at us sideways sneaky. Something about them is fake, phony, and fictitious. It's an imposter energy. So Page of Cups in reverse, that's seduction. So the tokens of affection that they give are false. They're also a fake teacher or a bad teacher. They're not a practitioner, not in the way that they say, and they're vulnerable. So if they project energy or project image, or they can't walk and talk their talk. If they have to back it up, it's false and fake and phony and fictitious. They're really inexperienced, or they're not able to produce a result. Yeah, and the thing is that they've made it into the room, but they can't really defend their position. They can't stay. The moment they come under review, they're going to be exposed. They can't keep the lie going. They're in a very precarious situation here. And they know that any day now, the jig is up. If we call on them, the jig is up. So the thing about us having some high position and high status, it's just about acknowledging that so we can hold on to that. This whole plan is centered around us not knowing what we got going on, because it's almost like they can steal something right from under our nose because we don't know to protect it. But the message came through. They're obligated spiritually to say what they're trying to do to us before they do it. That's called the rule of lesser magic. We've got to get to higher ground, and really, it needs to be a Shiva mantra. Yeah, I'm hearing that. Om Shiva Yani, Om Shiva Yani, Om Shiva Yani, Om Shiva Yani. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Yeah, I'm just hearing it. The Shiva is really here. Is really strongly here. Ten of Swords, I don't see it, but I felt it. And then Nine of Swords, any nine Shiva is there. Judgment Shiva is there, and then his attendant, um, Rudra, is here. Okay, and then the Shiva children are here as well. So, and then we have the mendicant, which is another Shiva priest. So the priesthood here is Shiva. The Brahmanical practice is Shivite, Shivani. Queen of Wands can be Shivani as well. She's usually Shaktrika, but you know, that's what's up. Oh, King of Swords, of course. So that's the precept. I see now. I see. So I should have just leaned into the intuition right away because it all came out in song. It did. Yeah, in the closing prayer, I might sing a bit more, but let's go on with the channel here. Well, there's nothing else. Oh, there is. I misspoke. Let's check on this. Oop, order over chaos. Let's check on this. Cinque Denari. This. Okay, so there's a little bit of stripping, some kind of witchcraft. It didn't work. Oh, okay. Yeah. So there was some word because it wasn't spell work. It was some word language, some kind of magician, some kind of magic. Somebody had a scheme, a con. It didn't get off the ground. It didn't go very far. It actually alerted us to something that they hoped we never discovered because it was language, it was words, it was azevudun, kimedovudun, it was sticky tongue, it was a language. So there's a little bit of displeasure now because we've discovered this thing that they don't want us, and we made it in. It's like if the real deal ever showed up, the imposter would be exposed, and that's what happened. Okay, so it's a wrap. Yeah, if I ever misrepresented my self-image, then I'm sorry. I was oh so acquiescent, but I learned my lesson and I'm sorry. Yeah, so this person's, or this energy, I should say, is going to be cast out, exposed. They're being given a chance to go quietly, to sneak out. But there will be a discovery all the same, so they better vacate before the spotlight comes back to them. Because this is about usurping. This is a window of opportunity to bring a reckoning to somebody else. We're the somebody, according to, yeah. So all that's done in the secret, not the racket, not the private little enterprise, but all that's done sleight of hand or in secret is about to be exposed. Come on over. Boom, 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 without adding me open. Yeah, they want to be seen as genuine, sincere. I don't understand who this we or whatever is because the energy is kind of they have to be some other sister or brother in the practice in the priesthood or the sisterhood because they have some type of rank as well where they're running around, helping new priestesses, initiates, novices. They're enshrined in the ranking and the hierarchy here. So they're supposed to be a colleague up here, but they're sitting where we're supposed to be sitting. And they're like, oh no, 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 oh no, 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 this can't be ending, this can't be over. And yes, my darling, that's what it is. And don't act surprised. It's not like you didn't know this day was gonna happen. Don't get upset when something that you did improperly gets exposed and gets corrected or rectified. I'm not going to deal with your anger or your sadness then. You don't get to cause the problem and then act like the victim. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's some resentment here. You did wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. Yeah, you're so gone. See, you're a criminal, some kind of enterprise. And what they do is they gain and garner the affection. They would be trying to count votes and curry favor. This is some backwards, dark type of politicking. I need to move on. Oh, we need to check the 7 and the 8 with this. Yeah. So they're going to lose their priesthood status. Unfortunately, their rank is going to be stripped. I think that might be what they tried to do to us, but they will lose their ranking here. Unfortunately, they're going to have their rank stripped from them. Give me one more chance. Let me catch my breath. Give me just a sec. But I know there's something in that song that says, give me one more chance. But no, you did wrong. You did wrong. You did wrong. You did wrong. You so gone. You so gone. It's so gone. It's so far gone. So that's just what's up. This is already coming to an end. There is a transition. And the death card didn't come out. So the act of Shiva isn't here. But the wrath of God is present in the judgment card. Let's check these pairings and go on. What multiples do we have? Well, I know we have a pair of 9s. I know we have a pair of 7s. I know we have a pair of 6s. It's a wrap for you, baby. Ooh. Okay, so the other side is looking for some option. They're looking for a loose thread or an open window or unlocked door or some unlocked gate. They're trying to see if there's a loophole or access point. The thing is they can't come with their energy signature anymore and they can't be authentic when they show up because they're not genuine article. They're imposter. Ooh, my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Put all your in the elevator. It's going down. It's going down like a denominator. You gotta stop holding on, holding on. Yeah, just let it go. What is this? Some drunken stupor? Are you idiota, moranica, imbecilica? What is this thing that you have? Are you dumb, deaf, blind, stupid, idiotic, moronic, imbecilic? What is this? Are you drunk? I'm sorry to speak so frankly, but that is what I'm hearing in this channel. Like you're sitting here crying, you caused the issue, so this is the cleanup. Don't act surprised, you knew this was coming. I can't believe you ever thought that this racket was going to continue forever. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, and that now they're in tears. Okay, I don't get it. You cause an issue, you do the dirty behind everybody's back, and then when you get caught, you the tears. Okay, go cry over there. We got work to do right here. Yeah, you're not supposed to be here. That's what this is saying. That's what this is saying. And so now they turn savage. Oh, please. I hate the tears, and then when the tears don't work, they get cruel. Okay, that means the tears were fake. This is manipulation. That's the Seven of Swords, this hidden enemy. They're only like that because they think that not everybody can see them for who they really are, but that's what they are. They're going to be stripped, and they gained some status. They were able to yield and manifest out of the station, and when they no longer have access to this title, to this ranking, they're going to lose everything, and that's what the issue is. And I don't actually care. Let's move on because I'm going to get mean. Okay, so what is this pair of nine? We're too loving, caring, kind, too trusting, and they are seen by too many as the genuine article. And there might be some type of, I don't have a lot of threes yet, but there might be some type of character assassination. I don't know where this is coming from, but that is what I'm picking up. So what I'm being said is when we're no longer around, physically present or easily accessible, approachable, amenable, agreeable, when we're no longer present to be the scapegoat, they're not going to have a ground to stand on because they cast aspersions to us. Anytime something about their nature gets questioned, they could just, divert it to us. And if we're not around for them to use as a scapegoat, then they're left to their own devices and they'll be seen for what they authentically are. Because actually, we're the authentic, genuine, sincere article, but they're doing a good job at masking us. Yeah, see, they need to have a rock bottom here, Ten of Swords. That's the truth, by the way. They need to be kind of trapped how they are, what they're about. That's just what's up because there's a competition here. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. They feel like it's not fair that we are what we are, or whatever, or what have you. But that's the thing about being chosen. You need to go find where you belong. You need to go find your destiny, your path, because you're trampling all over me and mine. That's what this is. Five of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. There's stuff getting stripped with nothing. That's what when this gets deliberated, they're going to get stripped. And that's just what it is. They left us out in the cold. So their punishment is going to have a charging sheet. There is some type of campaign. They've been slowly going around behind the scenes in secret, trying to gain and garner favor. Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. They're working at collecting votes or something of that nature. But once they're exposed, that's what it is. And let me tell you something about the imposter. A person will go all out. They'll do hem hawk hard and heavy, smear campaign, lying to get whatever they want. But if a person builds themselves up on lies and all we need to do to dismantle them and destroy them is to tell the truth, that's not a fair game. And they did it to themselves. It's hard. It's a reality of the situation. They did it to themselves. What is this pair of sixes? Yeah, Kia Sefi, who's this girl? Yeah, there's something. There's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do because we're the king of swords and they're the page of swords. They're nothing in comparison to us. All they could do is run their mouth. If we were ever to show out, it would be done. A done data for them. Because the authority resides in us. We were born this way. And they're striving really hard to be whatever they think that we are, whatever they perceive that we are. The gate is already open to us. All we need to do is reach out and grab it and walk through it. By nature of our very existence, they'll lose everything. That's what we represent to them. It's unfortunate. So, and I like that this reading, we don't know who this they is. They're still an unknown. You would know. Take it as it resonates. What is this pair of sevens? Okay, so something is fake, phony, fictitious. It's imposter. Because something has secured our rank at a disadvantage, at an adversarial venture. It's costly. And once this credential gets reauthorized to us, not them, oh, they know they're going to lose everything. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to hold on. They're really going all out to hold on. That's why I was called to the table. Okay. Okay, so we have yet another seven. So this is an alarm. Two of Swords. Okay. Temperance. Now we're getting sign energy. Five of Cups. Yeah, they're getting poor baby. They are getting cast out, rejected. Now, once they're seen as a liar, they can tell everybody that the sky is blue, and that people will still run outside and look up just to confirm. So they're gonna fall. Four of Cups, Four of Swords. That's usually some type of commitment, system, structure, foundation. But here it says repression, suppression, oppression, depression. That's what they tried to do. Leave us in a sunken place, apathetic, our heart not working, so that we wouldn't even try to overdo or overcome this. Four of Swords to pin us down in a jar, leave us through some energetic barrier. They know that a switch is coming, and they're really trying every day to make sure that doesn't happen. They know that the tables are going to turn. Two of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. They know that the tables are going to turn in about a week, because over the last month or so, things have been unraveling for them. Gotta keep holding on, holding on. So now we have not the Seven of Wands, but the Seven of Pentacles, meaning a backfire. Unfortunately, they had a poor strategy. It was never one that was going to stick. It was futile, foolish, fruitless in its very nature, futility. We reject their strategy and plan. They thought that, oh, they were hoping that we would be really ignorant and naive, and that didn't stay put for long enough. They're mad that we're no longer stupid. We're dumb, unintelligent, uninformed, all the same. I don't know what word doesn't offend our ego, but take it as it resonates. Because now we're making moves that are going to be directly opposing them, and not by intention. They manifested something on our back, on our own energy that belongs to us. They stole it. And honestly, frankly, all we have to do is tell the truth. We don't have to go after them. All we have to do is show up as the authentic, genuine, sincere article, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap for you, baby. It's a wrap, yeah. It's a wrap for you, boy. It's a wrap for you, boy. Yeah, you're going down like a denominator. Excuse me. I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny, but it is hilarious. I don't mean to laugh, but I do mean to cackle. Okay, I had to let that out. I couldn't keep it in. So we're gonna secure our spot because the tables are gonna turn for them. We were chosen, Six of Wands. The glory comes to us. They switched. They did a destiny swap. That's unfortunate for them because, ooh, when God asks who genuinely belongs, they're done, done, data. The real deal's coming. They can see it coming down the road. And you can feel it in my heartbeat. Yes, I know. Yes, it's true. Cause my love is for you. and you can hear it in my heartbeat. It makes me feel like I'm the only one. The only one. When the lights go out. Yeah, so they've blinded. They've done some illusion, delusion, confusion, some gas, some mirage. They're being called an imposter. Impostanzi too. They created some kind of narrative. Um, they imposti, the iposti. They want this belief. They're changing people's mind by doing this weaving. That's why they're calling them a witch. But we have a veil of protection. They really can't penetrate our energy in the way that they need to, and that's the truth. They have some meticulously curated narrative that they're trying to impose upon everybody. But look, the gates of creation are flanking them on both sides because there are people whose mind they can never change, and that's what they do. They attack these people. This is a real shape shifting, cloaking. Okay, but here's the deal. We received grace from the divine. We've already received salvation and redemption. That's just what it is. The gate is open to us. We're the keepers of that supreme authority. There's nothing they can do about it. Once we speak the truth, it's a wrap. We are the authentic, genuine, sincere article. Period, point blank, end of story. And they know they're about to lose greatly and be left out in the cold. They're actually going to be stripped. They're going to be stripped of their rank. Yeah, yeah. And it's irrevocable, irredeemable, irreversible, irrevocable, irrevocable, irrevocable. Yeah, it's nothing's going to change. Okay, this is I don't mean to laugh. I do mean to cackle. It's not funny, but it is hilarious. Okay, so again, this is a confirmation that they're going to be stripped. Here will be the result. Yeah. The hole they dug for others is going to end up being the grave that they fall into. I'm so sorry, my darling. Compassion for your journey, blessings to your healing and exaltation. May you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting what you deserve. And I really pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find awakening, salvation, and redemption in this life. I really do. I mean the best for you. It's not that I don't want to see you eat. I just don't want you eating at my table anymore. You know, our paths must diverge. You know, peace out. Move how you move. I'm just going to move about your way. Baby. And it makes me feel like I'm the only. They do have a band of flying monkeys, collaborators in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. But the power goes to us. We are the one who's the sovereign here. They're going to become an old relic, something of the past, is what this is saying. It's unfortunate because they can't be authentic. Yeah. They want to confuse everybody. That's the only thing that they have left is to go around perpetuating some narrative. This need one happen, need one work. We want discernment. We want deliberation. We want this called to a vote. King of Swords, Two of Swords, and that's the truth. It makes me feel like I'm the only one. There was plenty to go around, and since they got greedy, they're gonna lose because they're crying over spilled milk. They're a crybaby. I can hear them saying, no, 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 no. Yes, yes, yes. I don't mean to laugh. I do mean to cackle. What's the Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles with the? It's the strategy and agenda. Their plan didn't work and they can see it slipping and they're becoming desperate. Disperato per gelosia. They know that suddenly it's all going to turn around and it's going to go to us. That they had hit the jackpot, but they did it through nefarious means. So their empire was built on quicksand, and now the ground is going to settle and reshift. Oh my gosh, honey, I'm sorry, baby. I know you had a good little run there. Sorry, queen, it's over. It's a wrap for you, baby. So yeah, leva que signore, it's gotten to the end of life. It's time to die. The situation's gonna end. Because they really had reached the height of the matter. They got to the inner circle there, and they did all that they can do, but they wanted to do more. They thought, oh, I thought this was gonna be my gate to glory. Okay, no, actually, what you do is look stupid. Now, I knew there was a pair of two that couldn't see it. So there was some type of, they did this in collaboration with one other person to maintain this high ground. I think they might have used somebody like they had insight, like an insider to this. Because what they wanted to do was paint this veil of confusion over everybody, and it's unraveling. So it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. This was a message about an imposter sitting in our spot and our throne. Within the next week, things are going to start to turn around where our true destiny is coming back to us. We're going to be recognized as a true, authentic, genuine, sincere article. We're a golden goose. The power is supposed to be bestowed in us. We're going to be enshrined here. We're going to post up on the spot and receive our flowers, receive our crown, receive our grace and ennoblement in public, in front of others. And this person that usurped, that's sitting in a spot, sitting in a throne, we're going to be exposed and cast out and struck down. Unfortunately, things are going to turn around because somebody did a destiny swap in the recent or distant past. And now the gates, it's coming back around. We're going to get the promise of a bigger, brighter, better life. Our heart's desires are going to be granted to us. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. So it's been an honor and a privilege and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me to do so. Just a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness. We're sorry. Please forgive us. We love you. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path is illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace. May you receive everything you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. And until we meet again, until we read again, namaste, dandava, and ashe. Sayonara, das vidanya, and vidazane. Again, my name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today. If anything resonated deeply with you, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation, and take good care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.